Today we're going to look at the Ujjayi breath, and this breath is very important to learn at the beginning of learning a yoga practice. And this breath allows you to move your energy and connect with your energy on deeper levels so that you are really drawing that life force energy in and up through the body and honing and cultivating this energy to increase it. So this really helps you connect energetically to the practice and to actually tune into your system to allow you to feel in your system deeper what's going on, and also just to make you feel better, more vibrant, more oxygenated. So this pranic life force energy that everybody has running through them and all of the elements of nature have in them is like we inhale oxygen and then it goes into our bloodstream, which is like the fluid in our body, and this is carried around our body through movement. And the more that we move our body and increase this flow of oxygen and this steady stream of pranic energy with the intention of raising and building it through the body, the more life force we have, the more powerful we feel, the healthier we are, and general wellness goes through the roof. So really, I would like to emphasize the importance of learning this breath and really honing it and developing the practice with this breath in mind the whole time. So we're not just doing yoga postures, we are learning how to breathe with movement. And this is very important because a lot of people miss this, and it's one of the main aspects of yoga is to unify the body with the breath. So yoga means union, and it is bringing the external internal. So the oxygen is external, and we want to unify ourselves with that by drawing it inwards and like creating this flow of energy that is in and out, and it's a continuous spiral. And this, when you get really good at this and you practice it every day, you end up developing sort of like a moving meditation through the practice. So you're no longer caught in just doing the external poses. You're learning how to fluidly move from one posture to the other. And this breath really actually helps you to do certain postures. So you can really use it to direct your energy when you need it through like a certain challenging part of a posture. So learning how to control the breath will help you to balance. It will help you in strength because you're lifting your bandhas up. So we have three main bandhas. So one in our throat, and a bandha is an energy lock, one in our lower belly, and one in the base of our perineum. And these energy locks contain the energy that we bring in, and it brings it up and down through the mid-channel. So our throat all the way to our base basically is where we store and build this pranic life force energy and kundalini energy, which really links to all of your energy centers, your chakras. So it's very important to connect to a breathwork practice and to really use this and cultivate this for yourself so that you can really get the most benefits from the practice. So I'm going to show you how it's done. And it is used to create heat in the body. So you want to start to feel hot, and you'll know it's working if you start to feel hot pretty quickly. And the reason for that heat is that it builds the heat internally to help warm you up, number one. And number two, it pushes toxins out of the body in a different way. So you're cultivating this internal heat that just burns through so many toxins. And you'll see this in an advanced practitioner. They have steam coming off their body, and that is just toxins releasing through the steam. And super powerful, and in my own experience, it's one of the most powerful things in yoga is this breath when you really cultivate it properly. So we're going to breathe through the nose, and it's always done through the nose. So you close the mouth, and that's to keep the heat in the body. And you can place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth and almost feel like you have a potato in your mouth. So you're imagining that you're just holding that space in your mouth. We're not using the mouth essentially in this breathing. We're using the nose passageway, but we're not sniffing. So there's a very big difference. So if I sniff, it sounds like this. Sorry, that wasn't a sniff. So that's a sniff. And if I breathe with the Ujjayi breath, it sounds like this. So again, a sniff is, so we're using the nose in that, like this part of the nose. We don't want that. We want, and to connect to that, you're really breathing through this like back part of your throat. So it's like an inhale through the mouth, but it goes through the nose passageway. It can take a while to get used to it, so don't stress if you can't get it straight away. It can help to try it through the mouth first. So you can do like a H-ah sound, and then halfway through, close the mouth and try and continue the breath through the nose. So, And it's easier usually for people to get this on the exhale and then to try and train the inhale. So we're breathing through the nose. So I'm going to demo it. So you want to sit up nice and tall, drawing the shoulder blades back together, hands in Yana Mudra, thumb and forefinger together, sitting in like cross-legged position. And you're going to breathe, inhaling, filling up the chest and the lungs. You're sucking in the lower belly, expanding through the rib cage, holding for a moment at the top, and then exhaling all the way back down. So it kind of sounds like the ocean. It's nicknamed the Dark Vader breath actually because it can sound quite raspy and quite deep. It's a deep resonant sound in the back of the throat. So if you're making kind of noise when you're learning this, that means you're doing it properly. So you should also feel when you're practicing it for the first time, sort of like tickling sensations in the back of the throat, because you're really trying to engage with the throat. So you're really trying to feel your throat and you're squeezing it and you're learning how to use this passageway differently. So it will be new for your nervous system to get used to this if you haven't done it before. So give yourself a chance to learn it and don't put too much pressure on yourself and just be curious and explore it and try your best and see how you get on. But when you're getting to that oceany sound, it means it's very finessed. And the purpose of this breath as well is that we can extend the inhale for as long as possible, and then we can hold at the top for the same length of time, and then we can extend the exhale for as long as possible. So we can use it as a breathwork practice in itself to really slow down the heart rate. So what happens is when we extend the breath is our heart rate responds. So our nervous system responds and it makes the heartbeat slower. And we know that when our resting heart rate is much slower, we actually live much longer. So if you think about animals, like a hummingbird, for example, has a super fast heart rate and it has a very short lifespan, whereas a turtle has a super slow heartbeat and they live for like over 100 years. So it's like the wear and tear on your system kind of dictates how long you live. So if you're constantly in like a stressed sympathetic state, it's like your heart rate's going to be elevated, and the purpose of this breathing, this one in particular, is it can manage the heart rate and bring it to balance and bring it down like slower and slow things down. So you can really use this as a practice to hone and cultivate a really slow and steady heartbeat, which is super powerful. So really trying to extend the inhale for a count as long as you can. You can start off with 3 to 5 seconds and then hold for 3 to 5 seconds. And then again, you're exhaling for 3 to 5 seconds. And that's quite basic. It keeps it easy for you to count. And also, this is meditation. One pointed focus is meditation. So if you're just focused on counting the breath, it's better than trying to sit and just empty your thoughts. So it's a lot easier to connect to counting. So you're going to count your breath, hold, exhale, counting again. And just repeating that for like 5, 10, 15 minutes is a really good practice to start off with this. So I'm going to demo the count just so you can get a feel for what that might look like or sound like. So I'll do 5 seconds. And the whole purpose of squeezing the back of the throat is so that you can kind of close the passageway a little bit to make the breath longer and longer and longer. So you're really trying to draw it out. And imagine your lungs like a balloon. And it actually starts to sound like a balloon. When you get to the top of that inhale, you can you can feel and hear the expansion of the lungs, and it really sounds like a balloon. So it's kind of to imagine that you're filling up a balloon and then slowly you're letting the air back out. So like you're slightly closing the balloon and filling it up, and that's the back of your throat here. So we want to learn how to use this glottis, the part of the back of the throat that really can like restrict our air passage, so that we can make that breath as long as possible. So give it a go, and in the next tutorial I will explain how to use this breath with the asanas, so with the yoga practice, and the very core of the practice is the sun salutations, and to learn the movement with the breath in that way. So that is the next phase. So enjoy learning this phase. Be gentle on yourself. It can take some time. If you get it straight away, great. Just building it into your daily routine, making sure you get up in the morning, oxygenating that body really helps you to be mentally sharp and just feel better in general. Takes down inflammation. There's a whole list of things that the breathing is good for. So really, and the number one thing for me is to cultivate your energy, to really learn how to use this life force energy and direct it in the body and use it for the yoga postures in different ways. And as you learn yoga, this will make a lot more sense, because you will start to tune in to the finer details of the postures when you really need the breath to help you to do them. So like jumping into Bakasana, into crow pose, for example, or jumping back out, you use the exhale and the inhale to kind of lift and direct the energy to help your body to move. So it's in motion. So really using that to help you and assist you and make your practice stronger and make you more powerful as a human. So enjoy, and I will see you soon.